can't 5150 Van Halen me. And I was like,
whoa.
What? She started quoting Stairway to Heaven. And I was like, when she gets to Sweet Home Alabama, I'm checking out. I'm gone. But she kept this up.
That's a well-educated homeless person. Right?
Yeah.
Well-versed.
Your vocabulary is surprisingly versed.
Yeah.
Now, and the security called the cops. They came and got her and finally escorted her out of the lobby.
She's an old MTV BJ.
Yeah, she probably was. She kept screaming all these obscenities. Everything
It had to go
was
somewhere.
Yeah.
They did. All right, we're back.
We
Can you
both
guys
looked
hear me?
at. If we both
Wait, can you
looked-
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Testing. I didn't do a
Your
mic check.
headphones are
Okay.
way to be prepared. It's not like
fine.
you were sitting in the chair the whole time.
It's all right. It's still better than Chris.
Me and Rob both looked at you.
man.
We're like, is he gonna say it? Is he gonna do it?
No, we had somebody post in our subreddit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
Oh, they were just hating on me.
Well, tell them to eat it. Whoa, seriously? I'm about to blast
This
his
is why he did this, because he lives
Fuck
for that
off.
shit.
Eat dicks. I'm about
No,
to blast
I just
his
like the
asshole.
fact. Well, the thing was that I made a post.
You have to say OP is a fact.
I made.
Oh, LP is
I
a
made
fag of this.
a
I'm gonna get this
post
bitch.
in Joe Rogan's subreddit and in Adam Carolla's subreddit, and I listen to them actively. I'm fans of those podcasts.
Sure.
But the problem is when you get to the fan level where you've listened to 800 episodes,
It's boring.
they say the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Over and over, right? And it actually has made me appreciate what's that guy that used to be on TV, something King? Isn't what his name? Something? Larry King, right? Because the whole thing is if you do interviews, you let the guest talk because everybody already knows you.
And your story that
And your story that you've told 1,000 times.
And the fact that
to
you're Larry
every
King and
other-
you've married 12 times.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happens with the Nerdist podcast. And it's hard. It's got to be hard doing interviews like that because you tell stories, even though you're interviewing a guest, to try to relate. Because that's how people relate. Like when you meet somebody new, you try to highlight the things that you guys have both done or some common interests. But when they do it on a podcast and you listen, you've heard it 10 times already.
Yes, absolutely. So I made a post in Joe Rogan, and basically it was like, if you're burned out, right, and you're tired of hearing the same stories over and over, and, you guys know me, I get really irked when Joe Rogan or Adam Carolla talk about how people who make less than $50K a year, he considers poor, and they're just lazy, right? They're just lazy people, and that pisses me off. And so, again, to the theme of them talking about the same thing, it's always rich dude stuff. It's always, rich activities,
'cause they're all
right?
celebrities.
Because they're all celebrities and all super rich. And so somebody took my post, recopied it, pasted it back in our thing, and just only subbed out the R Covalence cast. Like, follow us here to listen to the podcast.
For his cast.
For his, but he doesn't have a podcast. He just put anti-Adam Carolla podcast. And I just responded back and I'm like, well, this would have been clever had you stuck with the theme and actually rewrote my post tying in with your theme, but all he did was just recopy it, do the title.
What's
and
his
then,
username? I'm calling.
Well, you just go on there.
Him. I'm
But-
gonna call.
Hey, if it brings us more people to listen to our podcast because they're looking
That's the
they're
greatest
looking
thing.
for anti-Adam Carolla fans.
Easy.
But
Whoever the
and
fuck
you
you
I'm
are.
going to say
is that
this.
who it was?
I'm not
Anthony
anti-Adam
Neesy?
Carolla. I think Adam Carolla is fucking hilarious.
I don't think
and he's
any
a
of
good
us are
carpenter.
Adam Carolla. That's what would be the funny thing if someone's looking
Yes.
for that and clicks on our
Yeah, shout out
podcast.
to Adam Carolla, you beautiful man.
If he wants
you.
to add us to his podcast network, we will gladly join.
Podcast one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, user
no,
Anthony
we're not
Neesy,
doing the clean
fucking
ones.
You reposting fucking little fag.
But that's the thing is he had an idea. He's like, oh, he obviously he hated me. He's a fan, and he hates me making that post on
Hey, it's
there.
our first fan interaction, or at least somebody
Hey,
interacting with
No,
you.
no, that's the
But it's not-
sailor.
it's
The
not
sailor
even
was the
original.
first
Besides somebody's
Huh?
mom,
That's
that's
not
our
even-
only
Nick the
non-mom
Sailor?
interaction.
The guy
Can somebody
It's
turn
not
up my
even
mic
OC.
because I can't hear people coming through, unfortunately. Sorry.
No, the first real interaction was the dude the sailor guy.
Nick the
down
Sailor.
Nick the
Oh
Sailor.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about
What
the
happened to
sailor.
Nick the
Nick the
Sailor?
Sailor.
Jeff's
Yeah.
Jeff's bromance.
Good old guy. Good old
Okay,
Nick.
second
What do you think he's up to? You
interaction
think
then.
he got gonorrhea by now? Like,
No,
the Sailor?
he's old enough. He definitely already had it. Absolutely.
He was a sailor, not in the Navy.
Well, it's just part of being a sailor. You got to see long enough, you get scurvy, you get gonorrhea, you become a
How do you get
pirate.
gonorrhea from being a sailor?
You still go to the different ports, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Same thing.
I
Go to
do like the
Bangkok.
fact that his post as I became aware of it, has already been downvoted by somebody. I was like, oh, cool. It
wasn't even me.
He has
Did you
a 0.
downvote him?
No, I didn't get the chance to.
It was Chris.
I don't know. I was like, oh my god.
All right, so hang on. One of the things, we're in San Diego, as everybody should know by this point, especially the hater. But what is this thing you were talking about? Rocks as a deterrent to homeless people?
Yeah, so it's been on the news recently. So somewhere under the 5 freeway, so somewhere wherever Sherman Heights is, I have no idea where that is.
I think it's further south.
I think so too.
Okay.
So under the overpass, they've put jagged rocks where it used to be concrete. So imagine the sidewalk, and then the concrete that goes up to the overpass is usually
embankment,
just
yeah.
paved concrete.
That incline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And sometimes on top of it, it's flat again, and homeless people can camp up there. But instead, they put these like jagged rocks in cement all the way up. So basically, you couldn't lay anything down on it. You couldn't put a tent or a sleeping bag. It's kind of a way for them to get rid of the homeless camps that camp out under the overpass. So it's brought up a lot of controversy here in San Diego about, is it anti-homeless? Should we be doing this? What should we be doing? But the residents of that area are happy because now those people aren't sleeping
No
under
more
there.
fucking homeless people.
It doesn't smell like urine.
Where was this at?
Sherman Heights.
It's Sherman Heights under the 5. You have to look at the picture. They're
But-
like, these are big, pointy rocks.
Sure. Well, I'm glad that neighborhood came up with a solution, because all it's going to do is just shift them into somebody else's neighborhood.
Like
You're not solving the problem. You're just treating the symptom in a particular part of the city. So again, the high class people get the city to spend money, right, on their neighborhood, and they're just going to get shifted into the people who can't afford to fight the city or force the city to do something.
Let's at least play devil's advocate here and say
Kill
it
the
was a
homeless? Is that
test.
what you're saying?
No, let's say the rocks
Dead
were a
Kennedys
test.
kill the
They're
poor.
test marketing whether or not this tactic.
That might go all over San Diego.
That would
Yeah.
be so cool.
Oh, well, then I'm
okay
on in.
with that.
I'm
Yeah.
on in.
That just means they move from the overpasses to like
Open air.
actual, yeah.
You ever play that game, The Floor is Lava, when you were a little kid?
Yes, all the time.
Just put hot things all over this. Get rid of the sidewalks. Let's just get rid of sidewalks.
Flowing
And-
magma all
Yeah,
the time
magma.
going through San
No.
Diego.
No homeless people
If
allowed.
they fall in, fuck it, why not?
Well, it
Darwinism.
serves two purposes then, doesn't
That's okay. So like that pointy rock, you know what that's like? That's when like a bunch of pigeons hang out somewhere and they put those spikes up everywhere, and they're like, "Oh, no more pigeons here." So I don't know. That's
it?
pest
Just
control.
Shit all
So-
over the seats and benches and fucking like picnic tables everywhere.
Sounds like homeless to me.
So
Shitting all
that's
over.
exactly it's kind of what they say. So they're saying whoever is putting this in or whoever they're quoting, saying they're not anti-homeless, they're pro-resident. That sometimes
How PC.
sometimes
How
residents couldn't even
fucking
walk
PC.
through the sidewalks because there are so many homeless people in camps and bottles and everything else over there. So
Yeah.
they're trying to clean it up.
That makes sense because like I don't even walk around East Village because it's nothing like around Petco Park, that area. You know what I'm talking about where like, the parking lot is. I don't walk there because it's nothing but homeless people for blocks.
You know where it's really bad and creepy?
where?
You ever go take SeaWorld Drive? And when you're on the other side, and there's like the long roundabout things that go on the freeway.
Oh, that
and this
big
wall.
loop, that like Ingrid.
Now, the driver usually can't see it, but if you're ever riding shotgun and you look out into the little miniature forest thing, you'll see like human bodies like walking through like the woods and shit.
Dude,
Zombieland.
that's
Fucking live out
everywhere, dude. If you're on the 15 on the
Balboa Park.
on-ramp, yeah, seriously, yeah. When that
Right off
big,
the 163, there's that big grassy area and some trees and stuff.
when it's like 4th Avenue coming up, it's
Yeah.
like because I ride my bike up that, and it's just homeless people like with their shopping carts and their dog, and I don't know.
Now,
they're-
And there's
all right.
big encampments too. There's like whole little mini homeless
Communities.
cities.
Yeah, like little like nomadic
cities.
communities. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they band together.
What's the place that they that's really bad up in L.A.? They have a name for it. Skid Row or some shit. Isn't that in L.A.?
Is that a band name?
Yes,
Skid Row.
and yes.
18 in life, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Okay.
No, all right, no. Rob has been to where I work, and you've seen it. I work in the hospitality industry. My office is in a hotel, and in the front lobby they had a lady this Monday that came in just a few minutes before I did, and just started screaming, like literally, like I was walking into work. And I could hear her outside the building, and I stopped and thought, should I just get back in my fucking car and go home? This is fucking crazy. I
Do not want to deal with this shit.
She was calling the poor black girl that works the front desk. She was calling her a fry baby and a monkey.
What?
Yeah. She called the supervisor, Mike, bless his heart. Mike, who had a mullet up until like a couple of months ago, and he's like, I don't know, 50. Respect for having the mullet and carrying it that long.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. No, called him a corporate robot. Then she started quoting, she was like, you can't 5150 Van Halen me. And I was like,
whoa.
What? She started quoting Stairway to Heaven. And I was like, when she gets to Sweet Home Alabama, I'm checking out. I'm gone. But she kept this up.
That's a well-educated homeless person. Right?
Yeah.
Well-versed.
Your vocabulary is surprisingly versed.
Yeah.
Now, and the security called the cops. They came and got her and finally escorted her out of the lobby.
She's an old MTV BJ.
Yeah, she probably was. She kept screaming all these obscenities. Everything was
somewhere.
Yeah,
They did.
She wouldn't stop. It took the cops over an hour to show up.
Oh, I know. Well, they don't care. That's the thing.
And I'm like, okay, then you know what? If it's such a problem, let's. I mean, there's got to be something to do about it. One of the things I think is a vagrancy law. You got to have at least $5 on you or a card. You know, have something on you, because I don't. Does anybody here give anybody money when they ask for it?
No,
way.
Never.
You
Actually,
dicks.
I scorn people who give them money. It really upsets me.
You're
Because
an enable their ass.
So-
Like, you give
so
somebody.
So what should we do? I mean, downtown, especially I feel like downtown over the past year has gotten so bad. Even in the gas lamp area, there's homeless people just camped out everywhere.
It's because they know it's tourist people with money.
Normally they were further east, like past 11th and everything else.
I know,
down
but
there.
they're gentrifying that area.
Oh, so they're moving back down. But I feel like it's. I mean, I've walked by Horton Plaza, which is the main mall, and seen a homeless guy. He was ranting and raving, just like completely out of his mind. Some nice girl, like dressed up nice, walking across the sidewalk. He spits in her face as she's walking.
See, to me, that's assault. Especially
it
since
is assault.
I mean,
Yes.
it's not macing a bitch, but it's, still, it's and
Makes the homeless.
That's the most.
That'll
punk,
get rid of
that's
them.
Like a very
That's
punk
actually-
rock album, Mace the Homeless.
mace the
So,
homeless.
I don't think that's doing them. I don't think that's going to do them any good.
Steven
Just
in the
make him
safety pins.
more angrier. That's it. Just
yeah, but
like,
they won't be able to see you or
More
do
rabid.
anything. They just basically
Well, then they'll
cry
really
in
be
agony.
spitting and snotting everywhere.
Yeah, but then but the
that's
thing
the
is,
complete opposite from what I want.
you
I
have
don't want.
you have two things. You could call the cops and tell them that there's homeless people, and maybe they'll get around to sending somebody over there.
depending on what neighborhood you're at.
Yep. Or you could mace them and call 911 and say a homeless person has been maced, and now they have to send an emergency,
An
an ambulance over there and take them to the hospital. Now they're gone. And then while
The
they're gone,
hospital's problem.
while they're gone, you get rid of all their trash that they've collected, and gone through.
So what is the solution? What should San
I
Diego
just
do? Because
told
it's
you.
getting. I don't.
Are you
don't-
not listening?
I
Turn
don't
your
think that's
headphones up.
I don't think that's a good solution.
Oh man,
We have to go back to the 1950s when we had mental institutions and we put these people in care facilities and didn't let them out. And you have a board.
But that's the problem. They can't keep up with it. So now other places are shipping them here because
that's
weather's
because
nice enough.
it's illegal to keep these people imprisoned, right? That's the whole thing. Is they changed the law saying that you cannot just put these people in a cage and lock them up, which is what they considered that type of treatment. And to me, the thing
A
is,
chunk of them have mental illness and need help, but they
Yes.
won't get help, or there is no help.
okay, but that's what I'm saying. At one point we didn't give a fuck what they wanted. We said, look, you're gonna be here, you're gonna take these pills, and if you can demonstrate for a period of time to a group of doctors that you are capable of leaving this facility, then you can go out. Or if there is somebody who is your family member who's willing to take you, right, then you can leave. Otherwise, you have to stay here, and we're going to feed you and clothe you and make sure you're not covered in shit and spreading disease and bothering people who still have their sanity, or at least have their sanity together enough to not be in this cage.
Yeah.
Because leaving them out on the streets to bother everybody and spit on people and hurt each other is not...
That's not doing any service to them either.
Right. You're doing them a disservice because they're out there sleeping. They're cold. They're afraid. They're not even sleeping well, right? You can't sleep on the streets with both your eyes closed. You're going to be... I don't know.
Something's going to happen too. Yeah.
It's not good. It's definitely not good. And obviously what we've been doing, which is just ignoring the situation, it's just starting to grow exponentially.
Yeah, I think there was a study done. I think overall homelessness across the U.S. has gone down in major cities, and we are the only major city to have it go up.
Oh, well, we know where they're going then.
They're all coming
here.
They're
Yeah.
migrating.
Why wouldn't you want to come to San Diego? You're not going to freeze to death like in New York.
Of
You know what I
course.
never understood about homeless people? But like, why do they smell when we have an ocean? Just go fucking walk in the water for a while and then like sun dry.
Have you,
like,
have
you
you
don't
ever
to
had
smell.
a dog near a beach?
Okay, but
we
like,
don't have hair like
yeah,
that.
it's not. Yeah, like
They
I
can
think
still go
they,
use
smell, they
hand.
really smell like urine. Like I never understood that. Like I've been on a bus before, and like you're just sitting there kicking it, like, oh, cool, I'm on a bus. This kind of sucks, but it's all right. I'm getting where I'm going.
Well, have
and
you
then
ever-
that homeless person gets on, and the whole bus just reeks of piss and
Because they don't smell it anymore.
Yeah. You ever shit your
They're
pants?
nose blind.
If you stay in it for like an hour, like you don't not even know where you shit yourself anymore.
Okay.
Like you just get accustomed to the smell.
Oh, okay. I'll give it that.
Somebody
know this
explained to
from
me.
experience?
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you find this out?
A scientist explained to me once.
Science, because science, motherfucker.
Yeah. The nose doesn't. You don't smell things. The nose detects change.
Okay. Can we get homeless island? Like, can we get an island like Catalina? Kick everybody out. Just ship all the homeless there. Let them
Like,
have
a
their
leper,
little homeless
like a
community.
leper colony?
Yeah, yeah. You know, like let them have their own community. We'll like airdrop supplies every now and again. Use
Well,
them
just
for studies.
you know what? We'll give them Qualcomm when the fucking Chargers leave. That's what.
I told you
Dress them up in pads. They'll play better.
we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back
Fuck
to
the
my
Chargers.
Kickstarter, and we get really
Oh!
nice jeans, and we put them on the homeless people, let them wear them down, and then sell them at the Horton Plaza.
Those rocks are going to put some nice creases in there.
Dude.
There
You
you go.
get some
Yeah.
good distress going on.
All kinds of distress, emotional distress, right? I mean, where can you buy jeans with emotional distress in them? Nowhere. Only if they've been worn by the homeless for
Feel
6
the
months.
pain of Vietnam in your thighs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nordstrom will totally sell those jeans.
We'll call the brand jeans PTSD.
Oh,
Well, all right.
I think you need some rebranding.
too dark. Too dark, man. Okay. Homeless. I don't know what the fuck you do with the homeless. Seriously, like if anybody figures it out, let us all know, and we'll get them out of San Diego for a while.
So, tipping Uber drivers. I
you do
heard that now Uber, the company, like the whole platform, they've decided that it's okay for the drivers to get tips, and that some drivers are now putting signs in their car, "I don't get tips," and trying to shift the mentality that Uber
You
drivers
should tip.
should be getting tips now.
I don't see why they shouldn't. You usually tip a taxi. With Lyft, you have the option to tip. I thought it was dumb that Uber didn't have the option to tip. That's why I always liked Lyft, because I can tip. I don't have to have cash on me to give the driver.
And that's
It's
why
cash
I like
anymore.
this. Yeah, it's easier to do it and not have cash on.
Yeah,
you.
but see, Uber does not want to put the tip feature into the app
Yeah,
because they want to keep the fare
as low as
as
possible.
low as possible.
Yeah, so that way they
because
can.
people are basically saying, well, if I end up tipping the Uber driver, then I'm just back to being
in a
at
taxi.
in a taxi price, which I think still is bullshit because I think the taxi's still way more.
Yeah, it's like if
Oh,
you take an Uber
easily
versus
way
a taxi,
more.
it's like easily half as much every time. Like,
Plus,
taxi is stupid.
The Uber is a way better experience,
yeah.
hands down.
Sometimes.
Look,
I would say the majority of the times I've taken it.
Have
Lyft
you
or
ever been in a
Uber.
taxi that was in a nicer condition than your average Uber car?
Never.
No, I've been in an Uber car that was on par-ish to a taxi, though.
Okay.
How'd that go? What happened?
It was here in San Diego. It was just quick, so I just sucked it up and got here.
Okay.
The driver was kind of weird.
Oh.
It is what it is.
Anticlimactic story. Like, it just kind of sucked, and that was the end of that.
He didn't take me to Tijuana or murder me or anything like that. So.
Oh, okay.
Lyft does the mustache thing.
Yeah.
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 What's the deal with Lyft?
stash.
They want you to sit in the front seat.
Their whole thing with Lyft is like they have a little intro video when you sign up, and they're like, "We're Lyft, we're super hipster, and we're cool. When you greet your person, sit in the front seat and give them a fist bump, and talk about music and blah blah." They really have like that cool vibe trying to go for them, and Uber is just destroying them because like we're a business, we're professional, and we're cheaper. Like cool or not, like we're much.
I actually
cheaper.
don't find that Uber's cheaper at all. I find that Lyft's cheaper than Uber.
I with Lyft though,
Marginally,
like
yeah.
it's always a pain in the ass to get in the Lyft. Like I never have a good experience with it. With Uber, I know it's right there automatically.
See, I find the complete opposite. Uber, it's always like too booked.
Yeah,
And they charge way more. I feel like they go to peak pricing way faster than Lyft does.
They
and
do.
when they do peak pricing, it's at a higher percentage than Lyft.
yeah, they do.
I like Lyft way more. I use it all the time.
Do you sit in the front seat?
No, I sit in the back.
I started,
unless there's too many people, then I have to sit in the front seat.
I started sitting in the front with Uber and Lyft, and now I've pretty much in both. I've transitioned to sitting in the back seat.
I hate it when people sit in the front because I have to make small talk to your ass. I don't fucking know you. I don't care.
Isn't
And
all
they
your
just
stuff
drunk
there?
and-
No. It's just
There's
like
nothing there?
it's just an open
You
seat.
don't do
It's-
the gum, bottled water.
Fuck that. You're not getting like a no.
You're not trying to iron someone's T-shirt.
Hell
like,
no.
That's how
I-
you know they're brand new when they still have water
Yes.
and candy. After they've been going for a while, they get jaded and they're like, "Screw that, just get in."
Yeah, because they got enough stars, and like your 1-star rating isn't gonna do shit to the review. Because they're like, I've given hundreds of rides. If somebody gives you 1 star, my point goes down like 0.5% because like my overall score is good. But the very initial one, they're like, "Oh, do you want some water? Do you want some gum?" Blah 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 blah.
I feel like if you try to get me to sit in the front seat at Lyft, you're inviting me to go through your glove box, turn the radio up and down, go through like the side,
You're
like
such a
why-
dick.
Well, I'm up here. You wanted me up here. Like this is my space now. So what's going on in this thing? And
I don't know how awkward that would be if somebody got in the front seat with me and I'm like driving, like, so hey, where's it go? And they start going through all my crap. Like, could you fucking not? Seriously, like I know you're paying for this ride, but you're not paying for the invasion of.
See, I would actually
That's
put
so
gloves
weird though.
in the glove box, and I'd keep a little jar of Grey Poupon mustard in there just to fuck with people. I'm glad everybody got that because they don't show those ads
Some
anymore.
throwback shit.
Yeah,
That's
but no,
great
I'd
fun ad.
want my drunk ass passenger to fucking find that jar in the glove box, and at the next stoplight, get the guy next to us to roll the window down. Hey, you got any of this? Because I do, motherfucker. I'd love that. That would make my day.
That's when they open the glove box and get it out. They need to turn around. You have your driver's cap on. Go the whole way.
Yeah. So okay? So are you going to start tipping then? If the option's available, do you guys start tipping now?
If
no, I'm
put-
just gonna play
Over.
ignorant.
If
Yeah,
they
I
put
don't know
it in the
anything
app,
about it.
if they put it in the app, I'll do it. If they don't, I don't carry cash. Period.
Yeah.
So
What about you, Rob? Are you going to start tipping for Uber? If you ever use it.
I don't usually use it unless I have to.
Okay.
And then if it's in the app, I'll do it. But if it's not, then no, because I don't carry cash either. If I do, it's not like a 1.
Yeah. I got the best fucking Uber tip ever. Okay, so anybody doesn't know, I drive for Uber. So late at night, it was like 2 o'clock on Saturday night. Bars are closing out, and I pick up this one, like 3 really old dudes at a bar, and they're drunk as shit, right? They're fucking lit. And this one guy, 2 dudes are drunk as hell. One dude's sober enough to be like, "Get in the car, man. Get in the fucking car. We got to get in. We got to go home." One dude's hitting on this old waitress, and like he's trying to get pussy, and this other dude's like wandering around because he's a dude who's trying to hit on the chick, but not really because his boy's hitting on him too at the same time. And so they finally get in the car. I'm like, "All right, where are you guys going?" Put in the thing, and on the way to the thing to their destination, one of the guys in the back, and I'm gonna use the N-word on this. He's like, "Yo, man, are you like a sand nigger or what?" And I'm like,
What?
"Are you fucking serious?" And the guy who was sober enough, he's like, "Dude, you can't just say that to people, man." So, and I'm like, I don't care because I was in the military. Like, I've heard way more worse than that. But, because I'm dark skinned, he probably thought I was
Cultural
Arabic or something.
shock, but you're not offended.
Yeah, because like I've been through worse. But like,
and the fact that he's not one.
and gauge on this dude's reaction, like, I can milk this for everything it's worth right now because I know that him and they are on the wrong. I was like, "Yo, dude, your guy just called me out, man. That's kind of fucked up. I should kick you out." And he's like, "No, I'll give you a good tip." So over the course of dropping these 3 dudes off, it ended up being like a $75 ride, and he tipped me $50 along the way. I milked that fucker for every little penny he was worth.
That's worth it.
Yeah, because he was like, "Your boy's a dick." Like,
Put
I know.
a sign, call me a sand nigger for $50.
Damn.
You know, hey, there's a lot of pent up racism out there.
Yeah.
You should be able to pay to get it out.
Call it pent up.
And your
You should be able
Uber,
to
that's a
pay
service
to
yeah.
get it out.
You call the Uber racist instead
Yeah.
of the Uber X and Uber Black, or the Uber White.
Uber
if you're
Black
in the
has a
South.
whole new meaning now. Now they're gonna have Uber Brown and Uber Yellow.
Yeah, they have Uber Espanol. That's true.
Oh.
Look at that.
Uber honky.
Uber Espanol?
Yeah.
Is it because you?
You call Uber and they can speak Spanish in there because, like, I think it works because we're down by the border.
Yeah, but like, okay. Let me ask you this: as a driver, do you
Yeah.
prefer to, if you had to make a decision, always be able to have a conversation or never be able to have a conversation?
Never have a conversation unless you're a hot chick. Seriously, I don't want to talk to like. Well,
I feel like it's weird when you get into one of those, like getting into a taxi. I can tell them where I'm going and sit there and get on my phone. But because this is someone's personal car,
yeah.
I feel like it's weird to not like do a little chit chat at the beginning and then shut up.
Yeah, that's okay. If you're like, oh, where are you going? How? And I always ask, like, oh, how's your night going? If somebody's like, oh, it was good, and then that's it, I'm like, okay, you don't want to talk. Fucking cool, I know it. But if you keep the conversation going, then I'll keep the conversation going too. But if you're obviously on your phone in the back, I'm not going to sit there and like, so what are you up to? How are things? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't fucking know you. Like, you don't know me. We both know why we're here.
So do you play music in the car?
Yeah, I play my own music.
You play your own music.
Yeah.
And does it have curse words in it?
Yeah, but okay, my playlist is good. I get constantly good remarks and like even comments too. 5 stars, music was amazing. People like, dude, what was playing like a few songs ago? Like, you got to hook me up. So
I get in the car and you're like, how's the night going, man?
oh no, let's role play it. Okay, so I'll get in.
Oh, here we go.
I'll get in. Okay, so pull up, text you, ping. You walk out, get into the car.
I wave you down. What's
Yeah.
up? Over here. It's
All right,
whatever.
for Jeff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead.
All
Get in
right,
the car.
cool. Thanks,
Hey,
brother. Close
yeah,
the door.
Okay, so I got the address. So start driving off. Okay, so how's your night going?
Pretty good, bro. Thanks.
Yeah, cool. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as I'll go because you're
I'm not
like,
looking at you. I'm looking at my phone. I'm clearly like disengaging with
dude.
you.
Yeah, because I can tell. I get like unless you're like socially like you're autistic as fuck. Like I know you don't want to have a conversation with me. That's it. I'm not gonna try to push it.
So do you make the move where you like reach over to the volume and like just slowly start turning it up? Like,
Oh,
right?
I haven't cranked the whole. No, yeah, like
Or
if,
yeah, you open the door. It's like, and you open it. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
I don't know. Sometimes, like I can tell, like if we're on the freeway and I can't hear the music anymore, like fuck off, it's my car. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. And nobody's ever said anything. Like maybe one person one time got a call and they're like, "Hey, can you turn the music down?" Yeah, sure. And that's the end of that conversation.
What if you pick up like parents or grandparents?
Oh, okay. If I pick up parents and they have kids, I know I'm like radio. Like I immediately flip it to the radio. I get off my thing because I
AM
don't want them.
640.
Yeah, because I don't want them. I don't want them like giving me bullshit or anything. The worst is when you get like drunk college girls who want to hear shitty fucking songs, and it's just, God. That's
Do you have any
horrible.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, can you play the Panda song? Play the Panda song. Like, bitch, this designer, he's talking about fucking BMWs. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to this SDSU.
I'm your driver, not your DJ.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
So-
Song requests?
Yeah, fuck off.
So this weekend in Vegas, I took Lyft and Uber all throughout because it's way cheaper than taxis.
Yeah.
So we're in the car. It's me and my grandparents. And this driver is blasting gangster rap.
Yeah.
Whoa! You went to Vegas with your grandparents?
And my parents and my sister.
Why is that shocking? Old people love Vegas.
Yeah, buffets, man.
Yeah,
All you can
it was
eat.
a lot of fun.
And
Had a
the
really good
fucking
time.
slot machines.
Yeah.
That's old people's fucking city.
Yeah, but do you want to go with your parents and grandparents?
Yo, I would party with my grandma all day long. That shit gets down. She drinks like a motherfucker. My grandma's the shit.
I think it just came in my pants a little. All right.
God damn it. You fucking creepy old motherfucker. God
All
damn
I,
it, dude.
all I
guy
can
who
think
was
of is the
so
last
weird.
scene of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I hate you guys
That
so
wax
much.
shiny snatch.
Gross. Anyway,
Okay,
Rob, can you
Rob.
continue your
So-
story,
Cooter,
please?
that's
Can you please
what- So, yeah,
continue your
she's-
story.
She's blasting gangster rap like as we're sitting.
Wow, female driver.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't see
female
too many.
driver.
Okay, yeah.
Blasting gangster rap as we're going along, and it starts getting intense, like N-word, every other
Yeah.
word essentially, and then she finally like picks up that like my grandparents are in the car.
And this is kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, and then she, I don't know what made her choose the station, but she picks the most like old white person's radio station ever. It
Lawrence
has, like,
Welk Radio.
Yeah, it has like I don't remember who it was, like Elvis and like some other stuff. I was like, you do not listen to this. Like, how,
Like you
is
stereotyping.
this?
bitch.
Yeah, is this your typical old white people station? Here you go.
She's got a preset: old white people, rich people, black people, brown people. It's
This
like
is
mariachi
why-
music.
This is exactly why I've invested in Sirius XM. They're right here. That's because
on Spotify, man.
Sirius XM is
For all of your
expensive.
Uber
It is.
passengers.
has anybody gotten an Uber or Lyft where they offered to say you can stream what's on your phone?
No,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to ask for it. But
I
like,
had,
Oh,
I had
no.
somebody
Ask for
offer
aux
that
cord.
not too long
Most
ago.
most of them that aren't dicks, like certain people in this room, let them choose.
if they,
music
if
they
they,
want.
if
That
they
comment
ask,
could have gone anywhere.
if they no, come on. If they ask, they'll get the auxiliary cord. But like,
See,
fuck off. I'm not catering to you
Most of
anymore.
the time when I get in, if they have the auxiliary cord, they'll ask, and I'm usually just no, it's fine. It's too much of a hassle.
No, yeah, I don't. No, if
There's
they ask, but
one guy I actually struck up a conversation just to get him to turn his horrible fucking music off. Right? And
you're just,
every
like,
time
leewayed into it.
every time he would turn the music back up, I'd start the conversation back up, like over and over. It was like that mix where it's like it's a hybrid of Middle Eastern poppy club music. I don't know if you've ever kind of, if you could
Yeah.
even like imagine, you know, that. And I was
Yeah.
just like, and it was, we had like a 30-minute drive to go, and I'm
Ugh.
like, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You guys are
Not
too
listening to
nice. I would have been like, "Hey, dude, can you turn that off? Because I'm paying for the ride." Like, just and they could like just tell them what to do because you are paying for the ride, and they should have to tell you if you don't.
Steven's life motto is, it's not a criticism, it's just an observation.
Yeah,
So
just like screw the niceties. Just fucking tell them.
I'm paying for this. Turn your shit off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. God, I'm an asshole.
I'm paying
Fuck.
for this. I'm not tipping, but I am paying for the ride.
Yeah.
So turn your shitty, horrible fucking Asian club music down.
Was it like Gangnam Style? No, it was like.
But see-
dun, 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 dun,
Yes,
dun, dun.
yes. This time, okay. You know where else they play that shit? Like hookah lounges. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking
And I
about?
said,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
said you weren't one, but now I'm beginning to doubt.
Oh, fuck you, man. I'm just educating the music, bitch.
That'd be so fun if we found out that's what you were playing in your car when that guy's like, "Are you a sand nigger?" Like, and then you have like a little, like a fucking record stop like
Excuse
sound.
me, sir. Excuse me. Okay, moving on to something else.
Speaking
oh, no,
of
oh
music,
shit.
Yeah,
let's
I don't
take-
know if you
Oh!
can, I don't know if you can claim that you are well versed in music if you talk about how much you don't like Prince.
Okay. I just heard Prince do a solo. I'm thoroughly intrigued now.
It's one
I've
of the
never-
most popular songs of Prince.
I just
how
never,
have you never?
I never listened to his stuff, though. I never thought it was. I never got into it.
We just
for
found out
whatever
that
reason.
Steven doesn't get laid near as much as he likes to proclaim.
Fuck you.
What?
I've never heard him complain about how much.
Yeah. No.
He.
Does or doesn't get?
Yeah, exactly. I know. Every time I've been out with him, the dude puts in mad effort.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say mad, but good
Enough.
effort. Good
Enough.
effort.
Yeah.
Good effort.
I don't know. I never got into Prince though. For whatever reason, I never listened to his stuff. So, I don't know.
You should probably fix
Poor
that.
deprived.
I'm going to now. After hearing that fucking solo, I wasn't When Doves Cry. It was one before that. But after hearing that, yeah, I'm
Let's
looking
Go
to-
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna start listening to stuff now.
So Prince is known for like his wild style and fashion and everything else.
yeah,
But,
flamboyant is the word I'd use.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
He is also like a master guitar player. Definitely.
He's
top-
a master musician. 'Cause
Yeah.
he plays
No,
a lot of his own.
he plays
instruments
piano
and
too,
always-
right?
Yeah.
Some of the CDs he has, he played every instrument on the CD.
Jesus Christ, that's nuts.
So he'll run around stage and play all different instruments. I saw him when he played at the Forum back in 2011 when he did like 21 nights in a row. I think it was like $35 for any seat in the house.
It's pretty cheap.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, it sucks that he died. I feel like because this year's been really shitty for musicians. It was Bowie, then it was Lemmy, and now it's Prince. Like, those are 3 huge icons in music, and they're just gone now. It sucks so bad. Yeah, what are you gonna do? So
I like the sigh.
Yeah,
It's a nice touch.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of a.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know, Bowie. Like, I never listened to Bowie until I played. Why the fuck am I? Why am I talking to this?
I just don't want to jump into the fucking pit of like.
Oh, you don't want?
Because I didn't like Prince either.
Thanks for letting me get shit
I
on
know.
by these two.
I thought somebody was gonna be like, "How come Jeff's not saying anything?" Because like I literally.
No,
I
knew
can't.
you were playing quiet. For
I
a
can't
reason.
comment because when I was a kid and I saw him, I was just like, "Oh, that guy's a queer."
Like,
So I couldn't.
Yeah.
I could never get past like whatever it was that he was. That I don't know. He just looked weird and odd to me.
Sure.
And I nobody in my house played it. I never listened to it, so I
think
have
that's
no
what
idea.
it was too. It's
But
like,
Nobody in my house played it either,
really?
but I am, like you claim,
fan of Prince?
a fan of music and found it.
Fuck off.
I'm sure it's good. I just one thing I would say is like now that he's dead, all this everybody has to talk about him, and I found out that the dude was playing 12 different instruments by the time he graduated high school. Like he already knew how to play 12 different
crazy.
instruments, and they were playing like interviews, and he was basically just super insecure.
And the cat could ball.
Shut up, Charlie Murphy.
What? No, that like he really could.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm
and
just
he
saying.
was
It's really short.
super hated
It's
the
like
music,
5'2" or something.
the music
don't know.
industry. Like he was.
Was he?
Yeah,
yeah.
He's super anti.
He owns like all his own music, and there's something stupid like he's got like 500 records in like a vault
more. He's
that
got
have never been released.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna get a lot of Prince
you
for a long
can't
time.
go online and find any of his music.
We saw that.
You can't stream anything.
can't stream
when
anything.
he died, we were at work, and when he died, we went to Spotify, and we were like, "Oh, let's listen to the Prince."
Nope.
Everything got pulled right away. Like no, you couldn't hear a single
Was it even
song.
on there?
It went
No.
off. He pulled all his rights, I think last year or a couple years ago.
And was that the
thought-
only streaming service that he had? Like, because I know he's never been on YouTube. He even went to the point where he sued somebody to take down like their own birthday or wedding video off
Because
of the
it had
internet because it
really?
had his song. Yeah, because legally you have to maintain the precedent,
Yeah,
right? Because if he lets her go,
yes.
then he's got to let other people go. Whatever. He didn't even want to risk that shit in the
Yeah.
in whatever the courtroom. But so finding all that stuff, I go, oh, well, I respect that dude. You know,
Well, I mean,
good on him for owning his shit.
Knowing
because-
how to play 12 instruments by 18, that's maestro status, because maestros can play like every single instrument that they were directing. Like, so if he can do that, like that's like a musical prodigy. Like, that
yeah,
guy's
dude's
a fucking,
gifted.
seriously.
Do they know why he died yet?
It's looking like prescription drugs, but they're
It's
not sure
always
yet.
the-
some
good shit.
opiates or something.
Probably.
I saw on CNN they're saying that they found opiates like either in his
Percocet.
bloodstream, something. Yeah, and they don't know if it was a reaction or an overdose.
By the time this cast comes out, I'm sure it'll be known.
yeah, we'll know what happened.
I would put money on it that we will find out that it was narcotics of some form.
Yeah.
In prescription.
Yeah. You know what's the interesting thing is I don't think he left a will at all. So like his whole estate, who the hell does that go to? Because he doesn't have he has a wife, right?
Comcast. They'll buy it.
I don't.
They'll just
I don't
buy
think he has.
everything.
I don't think he's married.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got divorced.
Or does he have kids?
I don't know. I know.
Wait, was he straight or queer or both?
Straight.
Yeah, he in the 80s he was. I don't know if he was married, but he was dating Kim Basinger. That's when she was huge from the first Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the music to the first Batman. All the songs in that.
Wait, so that dude was straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. In the 80s, he apparently he used to get mad pussy. Seriously, like he was just like.
Oh, I believe it because
swarming in
every
it.
woman who's my mom's age, or older,
Mm-hmm.
was like,
all about it.
all just yeah,
All about
just
Prince.
loved Prince.
It's kind of like the same thing with David Bowie. Like both of them kind of dressed like chicks, but got hot chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't
That was the
Bowie
80s.
kind of like evolve into that? Prince was just like day one, bitch. This is the way I am.
Now there was something. There was a poster at the local record store back in my old hometown that there was a picture. It was a picture of Prince, and he looked Purple Rainish. He had that same style, except he had a black and white checkered button pinned to his lapel that said "Rude Boy." And I remember seeing that on that same pin and that same style on one of the posters for the specials. And I always kind of wondered, and I know Prince had he appreciated music, not just playing it, but all forms. But I always kind of wondered, was Prince a little ska, a little something before he found the magic formula? I don't think so, but it's hard to say.
Well, Rude Boy isn't from like ska; it's from reggae.
Yeah,
It comes from like Jamaica.
Well, same general area music wise.
I don't know, but I would say if you haven't, do you like the Beatles, Steven?
Another one of those classic
God damn it,
bands.
get the
Well,
hell-
okay, I
get out
like
of my
Revolver.
house.
I like Revolver. I like that one. The whole what's that one song?
If you like it, can you name some songs off of that?
Hold on, I'm trying to think, motherfucker.
I actually was listening to some of that today.
Tomorrow Never Knows. That one. The one where it starts with a sitar. The real experimental shit. I like the weird. Fuck off, man. Whatever.
Get out.
It's not that bad. I actually never got into the Beatles. Just not one of those things I got into. Like my mom.
Do you remember when
Beach
the,
Boys?
when
I fucking love the
the
Beach Boys.
Chickmunks covered a bunch of the Beatles tracks?
No.
I try not to.
No.
No. Oh. Well, those were the only Beatles songs I ever listened to when I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if you haven't listened to much Prince, a video has been circulating around YouTube of, I don't know if it was at the Grammys or whatever it was, but there were a bunch of people were playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It was Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, some other people, and then Prince.
Mm-hmm.
It was George Harrison's son. And so the whole time, like Tom Petty's singing, somebody else is singing, someone else is playing the guitar through it. Prince is just kind of sitting back, letting them have their moment. And then the end, they give him the solo, and he just destroys everything. Destroys everything.
Send me a link to that. I
Watch
wanna
that
see that.
video. It's awesome.
Send me a link to that. I want to see that shit.
He doesn't do much for the first 3 minutes. He's just chilling.
He just kicks back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that. That sounds.
He even has
badass.
like, it was totally choreographed, but he has a move where he's just shredding and ripping it, and he falls into the audience, and a bouncer catches him and throws him back up on
Really?
stage, and he still shreds the whole time.
Fuck, man.
I did like the video
performer.
where Kim Kardashian tried to get on
He
stage.
kicks her
He's
off
like,
stage.
"Get off, ho, get off."
That happened the night.
Yes.
That happened the night before I went to that concert, because it was in the same series of concerts
Yeah,
that
'cause
I went
she's such
to.
a talentless fucking hack.
Props to Prince. Be like, fuck off, bitch.
Get the
Hell
fuck out
yeah.
of here.
When I was there, he drugged Cuba Gooding Jr. on stage.
He drugged him?
Yeah, he drugged him.
Oh, now you turn into the grammar Nazi? Really?
Grammar? I'm just talking about words like being said correctly.
Shit.
He brought Cuba Gooding Jr. up on stage. Alicia Keys was there
Did
and played
Cuba
song.
dance? Because he apparently is a really good
Yeah.
break dancer.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why he kicked Kim Kardashian off the stage, because she wouldn't dance.
What is she doing on stage? You just stand there, take selfies, and then walk off. Like, fuck off. Yeah, props to them kicking them off.
Yeah, fuck her. I just like shitting on her.
All right.
She's
So we
just
have
the worst husband alive.
So we have a game.
I used to like Yeezy before he
we
turned
have
rich
some
douche.
movie golf. Yeah, douche. Thank
Don't
you.
get me started on that guy. I lost faith in Kanye.
I'll listen to his music, but that's about it.
Movie golf.
4!
Still the best fucking intro ever. That thing is so slick.
We need to make one for the eBay game once we figure out our title.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
All right, totally unrelated to what we've been talking about so far. Our movie golf game is movies featuring the internet.
Okay. The internet, like hackers,
Like
internet
hackers?
as in like
With 14 megabyte internet.
And
MPS per second. Yes.
we will start with hackers.
Oh, fuck.
This is the Johnny Lee Miller and Angelina Jolie vehicle that, look, it needs no introduction. It is the beauty of the 90s, and the only, other than seeing Angelina Jolie before everything, if you can say that, and Johnny Lee Miller putting up a great performance, and some other people being in there, I would say the only redeeming qualities from this movie are a preview of Wipeout, the video game, and you get to hear Tracy Thorn at one point. Beautiful fucking voice.
Cool.
She's one of the songs on the soundtrack.
Wait, so are you shitting on the movie?
Yes.
You're the host. You can't
I
play
can say what I
favoritism.
can-
You're planting seeds, man. You're priming people.
Look. We've all, if you've listened to any of them, you know that my taste is totally at the opposite of what the people think, or Steven, for that matter. So,
Damn it.
Sick burn.
so
Man. Yo, I need some ointment.
got that right.
Give me some
Fucking
aloe, bro.
Damn it, dude. I fucking hate this game because I lose it. I can't talk shit at all.
You
I'll
may,
go first.
I'll go first.
yeah, go for it. Ron.
So I haven't seen this movie since like 2002, 2003, and I remember even back then it was hilarious how old and crappy the computers were and how stoked they were at like 14 megabits per second internet or whatever the heck they were talking about.
Yeah.
Probably 14 kilobytes.
Yeah, that's it.
If they said megs back then, that would like I barely get that fucking on my Verizon phone now.
Yeah, whatever it was. I think they even had floppy disks in that one because they were trying to hide them like up.
Yes.
Behind
the condom machine.
Yeah.
When's the last time
AC
anybody's
vent.
seen a floppy disk? Like, legit.
Oh, so
Today.
I have some in there.
Well, you're in IT, dude.
Yeah, I see that shit all the time. Fucking hate it.
So this movie was pretty dang garbage. I think Penn Jillette was in this movie. He was one of
Yes.
the anti-hackers in this.
And Fisher Stevens, who's a fucking great actor on top of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one. So we're going audience score. I'm gonna give this one a 62.
Cam, who's next?
Steven, take it.
Fuck, I've never seen this movie.
You should just. It's one of those. It's so bad
Watch
it's
it
good.
so you
I
can
can't.
if there's a movie that I could say is a fashion victim, it would be this movie.
This is just, it just sounds so dated because I don't know, technology. As soon as you start talking numbers in a year, you're outdated. I got to go with my safe score of 75, solid C, because I don't know, so I just have to play it safe.
Gotta respect the strategy. Does Angelina Jolie show her titties in this movie?
I don't think so. I think it's
Sure?
PG-13.
Is it? Can you look at the rating?
I will give you the rating in just a moment.
I gotta know if there's some titties.
Gotta know.
What-
Because of your points.
Did you
right?
say what-
That's 20 points? Yeah.
Yeah, PG-13. What year did this come out?
1999.
September 15th, 1995.
So no titties?
Holy shit, that's like dial up.
Oh, it was for sure dial-up.
I feel
God.
like most people thought this movie was an awesome movie, and I don't know how many people have gone back and rewatched it. I have seen it. I don't know when, but I couldn't stop laughing at the visuals that they put on the screen while people were hacking. You know, like it looked like they were playing Tron. You know, like on there somehow.
Even Tron did it.
It's
better than
like
this.
little
Come on.
twirly, like little tornado, like graphic things. You know, like
in, and I'm
like an
going through the
old
wires.
shitty Windows screensaver, like a Windows 95.
Oh, the
screensaver.
pipe thing.
Almost, yes, almost like that pipe thing. Yeah, that is a great description of my shitty memory of this right now.
Do people use screensavers anymore?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I do on my Mac. 100%. I never turn
That's
anything
the
off.
whiskey thing. that flips
The
around.
screen just turns off, usually.
Nah, because I don't want mine to go into sleep mode because that's how I'm partying all my shit.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna say
Allegedly pirating. This is in Australia.
I'm gonna say 70.
So 62, 75, and 70.
I'm keeping score here, so once you tell me the audience score, I'll plug it in.
All right. The critic score 32.
Wow,
Oh, shit.
Not surprising at all.
But the audience score
Audience,
68.
not bad.
Oh shit!
Wait, did you nail it?
I said 70.
70,
Yeah.
62, and 75.
That's
Yeah.
close. So
Okay.
2
Very close.
for Jeff, 6 for me, and 7 for you.
Not bad. Okay.
It's a tight game.
What's next?
All right. Oh, and we forgot Matthew Lillard was in this. Shit.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, Shaggy from the live-action Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh yeah.
And he was also in Scream.
Who is the main? Who's the main actor? What's
Matthew
his name?
Lillard. I
That's
know.
Johnny Lee Miller.
He was really popular in the 90s.
He
What happened to
he
him?
did. He was also Sick Boy in Train Spotting, and he's now basically Holmes in he's Sherlock Holmes in the TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know-
not Benedict Cumberbatch.
In Elementary.
I know
Yes.
Massively. He plays like that movie SLC Punk. He plays.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie. Okay.
All right, so oops. There we go. Let me go to the next movie. Is Johnny Mnemonic. This is with Keanu Reeves, where he plays a data courier. He's got the memory chip implants in his head. Ice-T's in this movie.
Have you seen this movie?
Johnny Mnemonic?
I've definitely seen it, but tell me a little bit more about the story.
Have you seen this movie?
I'll wait till my turn before I talk about this movie.
Canadian sci-fi action feature set in the grim,
Canadian? Wow, high
Yeah.
budget.
grim, heavily computerized future. It is the tale of Johnny, a young man with a computer chip implanted in his head. The chip contains a wealth of top-secret information that he must smuggle from Japan to the U.S. He is pursued by an evil Yakuza who wants the information for his own mega corporation.
It's DeGrasse.
Johnny evades him and makes it to the free city of Newark, where he is to be downloaded. He must hurry because if the information isn't removed soon, his head will explode.
I'm in.
And there's
Fucking
one-
watching
Sold.
this.
Hell
I'm watching
yeah.
this
All
tonight.
out.
New classic.
This was actually
97.
written by William Gibson, the
Wait.
guy who coined the term cyberpunk.
What year to come out?
95.
Jeez. Are we gonna have anything in this millennium?
No.
No.
Fuck.
Rob went first.
We've alienated so many people.
Wait, well, let's where do the scores stand?
Jeff
That
has
was
2, Rob
2.
has 7, Steve has 6.
No, I have
Thank
6. 7.
Okay. So who's going first?
Jeff.
Oh, we're going this way. I'm gonna say that this probably has a good reception because Keanu Reeves' career continued to keep going. So if he was in a movie that was perceived as dog shit, then it might have probably hurt his career.
Yeah.
And he kind of peaked out after The Matrix. Oh man, it sounds like a cool theme, and I could see this being like fucking awesome back in 1995. So I'm gonna say that this has a 73.
73.
Can't remember if I saw this or not. I'm gonna say no because this is as good as the same.
Okay. Who's next?
Is it you?
I am.
It's me, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah, all
You want to go?
Sure. I've never seen this movie. I don't even think I've heard of this movie.
Oh,
Really?
No. So I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 68.
We suck, man. Keep taking my scores. Okay. You want
Have you seen it? And do you remember?
Okay, you want to know how I remember this movie? I remember going into Blockbuster and seeing this on VHS next to the movies I wanted to see and never got around to renting it. That's how old this movie is. Blockbusters, VHS tapes, tracking, all that stuff.
Tracking.
Fuck that noise. For anybody who doesn't know what tracking is, I don't know, just look YouTube or something. You don't have to do that
cool when
bullshit
you got
anymore.
An automatic tracking VHS player.
Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 62 just so we can move on. Something in this millennium.
I'll see what I can do. Ah, man, Johnny Mnemonic, and from William Gibson to be a William Gibson story is disgraceful. Critics 14.
Oh, we way overshot.
The problem is critics go back and rewatch these, but the audiences don't.
Yeah, they have like
Some of them
nostalgia
do.
memories.
Some
Well,
of them
yeah,
do
some of them
because
do, but
The audience score is a 31.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all laid in bed together on that one.
So now, Steve, you're ahead with 38.
Woohoo!
I have 43, and Jeff, you have 44.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right, I'm going back even further.
Oh god.
Nice.
This is a movie where dinosaurs are on the internet.
Is this the
It's called
Bill
Flintstones.
Gates, Steve Jobs movie? Pirates?
This is no, not Pirates of Silicon Valley. This is The Lawnmower Man.
Oh shit!
I've never seen any
Another
of these
movie on
movies.
VHS that he can get at
I
your local
love-
blockbuster.
A mentally handicapped gardener allows a scientist to experiment on him. Yeah, that's pretty much.
This had sick VR in the 90s, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm in like this giant gyroscope."
I've literally been waiting for the Vive to come out since I saw this fucking movie.
Really?
This movie is what set the bar for virtual reality for me. When
It
I was
really
a
did.
kid.
It really, and oddly, a little prophetic in how it all works. Like they did a
Yeah.
good job of
Actually,
bringing that up.
You're damn right. And oddly enough, those weird spinny fucking ball thing that the guy's in,
Gyroscope.
the gyroscope thing, could be some sort of weird feature that would totally apply today. I don't think anybody would want to spin all crazy like with the headset on.
Non-stop. Just
Yeah,
like,
but I could definitely see them.
Interesting note: you can't do that as a child because your inner ear is not fully developed, and it could cause you serious damage.
Cool.
That's what happened to me.
Somebody put you in and put you on spin
So
cycle.
what happens? So what happens when you go on like the UFO ride at the fair?
You can get really
screwed
fucked up
up.
by it. Like they won't. Like this is the benefits of growing up an hour's drive from space camp. They wouldn't let the kids do that. Like they had the little thing where you could. It was like
Oh,
the gyroscope.
scientists, they
Yeah.
know so much. Like, if you went to the fucking fair that came through once a year, they didn't give a shit. Get in there, kids.
Yeah, go for
Double
it.
stack on each other.
The one ride where you're not gonna puke on me. Get the fuck in there. So no.
You grew up an hour away from space camp?
Yeah.
That's legit, dude. Fuck yeah.
Did you go to space camp?
Did you?
I did not actually go to space
I was
camp.
gonna say you're the envy
done.
of every person.
Done.
No,
Everyone-
I did
you're
not
right
stay at
there.
space camp, but I visited that place enough that I might as well have.
Everyone in the '90s wanted to go to space camp.
Seriously, that was like my dream.
Until the movie came out, and then nobody wanted to go to space camp.
What movie?
Space Camp, the movie, where it's like the kids were in space camp, but they actually got launched into the space shuttle in space, and they had to save the mission.
That sounds like a shitty Disney movie.
I think it was actually a shitty Disney movie.
All right, Jeff, you're up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Actually, you're
Lawnmower
up.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, fuck.
Because you're first.
50. It's just 50. I don't know. That seems right a number.
You've seen this movie?
I have seen this movie back when I was like, 7 or 8, something like that.
Back when the fact that the main character's name is Job, and you are totally escaping what they're getting at with that.
Yeah, all that shit
Yeah.
flew over my head. I didn't have any idea, like the whole, all that. Yeah, nothing.
So I have not seen this movie. I will give it a 58.
If you ever go ahead, I'll say this after Jeff's giving the score.
Damn, my childhood loves this movie. I don't know how it holds up, but I feel like the movie's not really based necessarily on the technology itself. It's based around the concept of making a dumb person really fucking smart, and so smart that it's almost a tragedy, if I can remember. Very like tragedy, Shakespearean type of thing, where it's like something bad happens to this hero. He has this rise and fall type of thing.
Yeah.
That is all almost completely out of his control because he just becomes so fucking smart. And I don't really see anything too horrible with that storyline. So I'm gonna say, I don't think it's crazy awesome good. I feel like 75 is a good spot, especially since you guys went so low.
Okay.
All right. Being a Bond fan, if you ever
I
want
like where
to
this is
see
going.
a movie that Pierce Brosnan did worse than his Bond movie,
That's who the doctor was.
this
Yeah.
would be the one to
Okay,
see.
shit. Yeah. I
Because he's the
forgot.
guy who's making Job smart.
Yeah.
And Job is basically
I like Pierce Brosnan. I don't like Pierce Brosnan in
as Bond.
Well, I like him in the first
Goldeneye.
two. Goldeneye and Tomorrow Never Dies, and after that, all downhill.
Yeah, but
Anyways.
his wife's getting pissed off because he's fucking the virtual chick downstairs in his basement.
There's a ton. Like it's
Getting
got
virtual head.
so many things that could have gone right, and it does none of them right. Like the Job parable falls apart. Using the technology falls apart. It's great ideas, great concepts, and it does none of it very well. Hell, even Jeff Fahey doesn't play a mentally challenged guy very well. It's just bad.
So what's the score?
Yeah, what's the score?
Yeah, and as a result, it got rated that way. Critics gave it a 38. Audience score was a 31.
Holy shit! And Jeff's out of the game.
We got one more. You know how it goes.
Stupid childhood memories.
So
Fucking
Steve, you're
nostalgia.
at first.
I loved that shit when I was 12.
So you have 57. Then me at 70. Jeff at 88.
I have
so
to shit the bed to not lose this one.
it's happened before.
Fuck off. All right, what's up? What's our last one?
All right. The last movie is 1998. So we're getting close.
Still not in this millennium.
We're still not a teenager.
You
in this movie.
you realize
Forget how young Steven is.
Do you realize that the year 2000 was 16 years ago? There's kids who are almost through high school.
Anybody
when they were
listening to
born.
this will have never seen any of these.
Seriously, dude.
No, not necessarily. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. I'm getting this like
You're not
you
giving him,
motherfucker
you're not
look
giving
from
him
a-
confidence for picking
You,
movies.
and
sorry.
you know the Camaro came out 50 years ago, right?
Still old.
Still,
Sorry, dude.
Fucking enemy of the state.
What?
Will Smith,
Will Smith, Gene Hackman.
Oh,
America's introduction to satellite technology, being able to spy on everybody. Remember, he's running around and
That almost sounded like
John
the
Voight's
synopsis.
in it. Lisa Bonet's in it.
When did this come out?
88 and 98.
88.
Jesus Christ, man.
98.
Where Chad would start
Okay.
collecting Social Security. It's low hanging fruit. It's low hanging fruit. I
Oh my
can't help
God.
it. It's just so easy.
It's Jerry Bruckheimer and Tony Scott, for fuck's sake.
So you're first.
Will Smith movie after Men in Black 2, so he was doing really good. He was on a high. People who like to vote for it probably too old to go back and vote for it. 72.
I think an important thing to mention later on is to figure out when the fuck Rotten Tomatoes was invented.
It's a good thing to keep
Because
in mind.
I
yeah.
feel like that heavily alters how movies are rated, whether they were before or after Rotten Tomatoes was created.
Yeah, unless it's like an American classic like Casablanca.
Because the thing is, when they look at critics, they can go back and look at all the newspapers and they have a history of critic reviews,
Sure.
right? Where the audience score is always it's revisiting or people who are reviewing off of memory.
Yeah. Rob, you're next.
Yeah, so you picked a good score because I think I have to get 13
You're
or more.
semi-cheating. You're fucking...
Well, I know from last time when I read off the score.
If you just remember
and I
the
just
numbers,
listened
it
to
wouldn't be
you
that
give
hard to-
72.
Okay, I have a shitty
I can-
memory. I have a shitty memory.
I can do
alright?
math in my head.
I can't. Why do you think I was counting on my fingers?
He can't win because of math.
I can't math. I got the dumb.
No, you
So
can't
I'm
win
gonna
because of
do-
math at this point.
I'm going to do 57.
Okay.
I've seen this movie. It was all right.
This movie probably triggered the Big Brother theme in my head when I realized that this like when I first saw this movie, I was like, oh yeah, now in retrospect I can look back and go, this movie forecast the NSA, basically. Is what this movie.
The current climate with Edward Snowden and,
Yes,
and the whole thing.
this
yeah.
movie literally is the story of the NSA. Being able to spy and watch on anybody and everybody, and you can't get away from them, and the chance that the NSA could be corrupted by, some sort of terrible force, a force of evil.
And this is pre 9/11 too, so that's pre Patriot Act.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I haven't seen this. I only saw it once. I liked it. I'm gonna say 80 because it doesn't matter. Fuck it, I'm screwed.
All right. There were a lot of notable people in this movie. I thought about it for a
Hackman?
minute. I was like, yeah. Well, there's Will Smith and Gene Hackman. There's Scott Conn from the Ocean's 11 flicks, the Ocean's flicks. Jack Black, Seth Green, and Jamie Kennedy are both in it.
What?
Yeah. Let's see. What's his name? Tom Sizemore's in this. Jason Robards is in this. Gabriel Byrne's in this. Jason Lee is in this. Jake Busey is in
It's
this.
your typical fucking Hollywood AAA movie. Get everybody famous. Fucking.
There was a lot of
I
fucking
just remember the
famous people.
trailer, like when he's in the department store and isn't he buying lingerie or something
Trying
like that?
to, yeah.
Yeah, he is. The scene that always sticks out to me is when he gets to the Gene Hackman character and he's got his Matrix fucking spaceship like setup where he's got all the computers and he's got everything. He's got a tinfoil hat shit like everywhere basically to stop all the satellites from seeing and spying and watching him.
All right, well,
Score.
critics gave it a 71. The audience score is a 78.
Fucking almost home run on that one.
I know, dude.
Fucking Steven, man.
What are you gonna
Just
do,
coming
man?
out of fucking nowhere.
What'd you guess on that
winner.
72.
one? 72. Guessed an 80.
So you were the one who was 63, then Jeff with 90, and then me with 91.
So the thing that's funny is in that scene, there's a scene where he goes, Gene Hackman, and says, "You got a cell phone?" He's like, "Yeah," and he takes his cell phone, he fucking smashes it like on the ground. He's like, "They're
your cell
they're
phone."
tracing you with this shit," and he's like, "They're tracing me with my cell phone."
And I was like, well, of course they are. I told him. I said it's okay.
We look back now we go like,
said that's
duh.
okay.
But the thing is people when they watch that movie, they still didn't believe it. They still did not think that they were being traced and tracked and followed on their cell phones back then. They were like, "That's tinfoil
Why would
hat
the government
bullshit."
do
Before
that?
GPS and phones, too.
Well, see, that's what's so funny is because the British had been doing that literally for a couple of decades at that point. Because like the Brits have to buy a license to have a TV because it's technically a transceiver, and that's how because it's a small island, they regulate RF that way. Now, how do they find out if you've bought a TV without a permit, without a license? They can triangulate it receiving the signal. They've known for years that they can do that over there. But here we think it's some kind of, oh shit, they can find us by just
Fuck
turning on the
them.
radio.
They don't even have a Bill of Rights.
They
like,
do.
they-
It's called the Magna Carta.
They had one way before we did.
They just tell people, you have no rights. You are fucking slaves. We're putting fucking cameras on every fucking street corner.
The queen comes in, shits
Yeah.
on their dog.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's just you don't technically own any land over there. It's all you've rented it from the
Part of
royal
the
family.
Commonwealth.
Yeah, it's
Did you guys watch John Oliver ever last
I do.
week tonight? Did you see the episode where they talk about the London within London?
No. Was that last week's? I
Um,
haven't watched the one that was just on.
Oh, you know what? I'm so retarded. I'm totally twisting two shows together, I think, possibly.
What's the other show?
It might have been a YouTube video.
I feel like those are maybe
On
two
that
different,
note.
very different things.
I may have watched one as I was waiting for the HBO Go to load on the TV.
So we're gonna quit on that one because we need to get Jeff another drink.
No, but if you guys don't know that there was a London inside of London, you should look that shit up because that's some serious conspiracy shit.
Look at Londonception.
Londonception. Absolutely.
So tell them where they can find this.
Okay, we try to make it real simple for everybody. It's Covalence Cast for everything. Covalence Cast for everything. Covalence Cast on Instagram. Covalence Cast on Twitter. Covalence Cast on Facebook. And then, most importantly, where we'll be most active and looking to get most interaction with people is the Covalence Cast on our subreddit. See you guys there.
Later.